Namaste, Bhakti.
Namaste. So we'll start. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Agajanana Padmarkam, Gajanana Maharnisham, Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam, Ekadantam Upasmahe. Namaste Sharade Devi, Kashmirapuravasini, Tvamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidyam Buddhim Cha Dehi Me. Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya Cha, Nandagopakumaraya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad-gite Bhavatveshinim Namostute Vyasa-vishala-buddhe Pullara-vindayata-patra-netra Yena tvaya Bharata-taila-purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamayah Pradipaha Prapanna-parijataya Totra-vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Geetamritaduhe Namaha. Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha-jala Gandhara-nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Kripena-vahani Karnena-velakula Ashwathama-vikarna-ghora-makara Duryodhana-vartini Sottirna khalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharyavachः sarojamamalam Geetarthagandhoत्कटं Nanakhyanakakesaram Harikatha sambodhanabodhitam Loke sajjana षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा Bhuyat Bharatapankajam Kalimalapradvamsina Shreyase Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripatamaham vande paramanandamadhavam. Geeta shastramidam punyam yah patet prayataha puman Vishnoh padamavapnoti bhayashoka vivarjitaha. Okay, so this is our shloka for today. Geeta Shastramidam Punyam Yah Patet Prayataha Puman. So Puman is Naraha. So he who studies or Adhyayanam, does Adhyayanam of Geeta, okay, he will obtain Vishnoha Padam Avapnoti. Vishnoha Padam. Vishnu's Padam means like Kaivalyam. Okay, like Moksham. Avapnoti means he will attain. Bhaya Shoka Vivarjitaha, and he will be free from Bhaya and Shoka. Okay, he will he who studies or does Pathanam of Geeta with an effort, Prayataha. Okay, we have to put in some effort, and he who does that and does the Adhyayanam of Geeta, he will attain Vishnu Padam and also will be free of Bhaya and Shoka. Okay. So, moving on to our lesson for today. We were on page number 37, right? Did we do the abhyasam of page number 37? I don't think so. We just did in the lesson 13, the latlakara, we are doing the vartamana kala kriyapadani. Okay. So kriyapadani can be classified into 10 different lakaras, means tenses. Vartamana kalam, bhuta kalam, bhavishyat kalam, imperative mood, agnya or prerana it is called, ashirling, like there are so many tenses. Totally 10 lakaras they are classified into. In this level we will be studying 4 lakaras, which are vartamana kala, present tense, bhuta kala, past tense, bhavishyat kala, future tense, and then lot lakara or prarthana or agnya, like it is imperative mood, request or order. Okay, so this is the latlakara, vartamana kala. In that we studied Prathama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha and Uttama Purusha forms of the Kriyapadam in Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. So usually, like how with the Shabdas we did, we were always referring to Rama Shabda in Pumlinga, right? For Strilinga we were referring to Sita Shabda, Akaranta Strilinga. For Ikaranta Strilinga either Nadi or Gauri. And then for Akaranta Napumsaka, Vanam Shabda. Like this, we have some standard shabdas so that we can always fall back on that. If we by heart or memorize the forms of all the rupams of that shabda, then no matter which word we come across, we will relate it to either of these shabdas, and accordingly we'll be able to tell the vibhakti forms for that new shabda that we come across. That is the main reason why we study these shabdas. Similarly, for Kriyapadani also, for the Vartamana Kala Latlakara, we have usually the Pat Dhatu. Okay, means to read. Pathati, to read. Pat is the Dhatu, Pathati is the Kriyapadam. So we usually study for this Pat Dhatu, like Pathati, Pathataha, Pathanti is for Prathama Purusha. Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. And then we have Pathasi, Pathatha, Pathatha for Madhyama Purusha, Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana. And for Uttama Purusha, it is Pathami, Pathavaha, Pathamaha. Now, given this, if I ask you for any other dhatu, it will be easy for you to tell the other forms. Say, for example, if I ask for Prich dhatu, means to ask, Prichati. I will give you, because we don't know the dhatus, we haven't studied the dhatus, I will give you the Prathama Purusha Ekavachana Rupam and try to tell the other forms, the Dvivachana, Bahuvachana, and then for the Madhyama Purusha and Uttama Purusha. So for Pruchati, what will be the other forms? For Pathati, it is Pathati, Pathataha, Pathanti, Pathasi, Patathaha, Patatha, Pathami, Pathavaha, Pathamaha. For Prichati, means to ask. Prichati is to ask.
Prichasi.
First you have to say in the same order, like Prathama Purusha, Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana. Then Madhyama Purusha, Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana. Then Uttama Purusha, Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana. You can look at the table. You can look at your book and tell. I'm not asking you to tell without seeing. So Prichati.
Prichataha. Prichanti.
Yes, Prichati, Prichataha, Prichanti. Madhyama Purusha?
Prichasi.
Prichataha.
Prichami, Prichava, Prichama.
Prichatha. Then Uttama Purusha?
Prichasi.
Prichami.
Prichami, Prichavaha, Prichamaha.
That's all. Prichami, Prichavaha, Prichamaha. Okay. Now let us try a few other Kriya Padani. Pibati is to drink. Now tell for Pibati.
Pibati, pibataha, pibanti.
Pibanti.
Pibasi.
Pibasi.
Pibasi,
Pibava.
pibataha, pibantha.
Pibata.
Correct.
Pibava.
Pibasi, pibataha, pibatha.
Pibataha.
Pibami, pibavaha, pibamaha.
Pibava.
Good. In Uttama Purusha,
Piba-
pibami, pibavaha, pibamaha.
Pibami.
Uttama.
Pibami. Pibava. Pibamaha.
Vikasati means to bloom. Vikasati. Pushpam vikasati. Now tell for vikasati.
Vikasati.
Vikasati. Vikasataha. Vikasati.
Vikasanti.
Vikasanti.
Vikasi,
Santi.
vikasi, vikata,
Vikasi,
vikataha, vikatha.
Vikasati, right?
Vikhani.
One second. Vikasati. So in place of ti only, all the other things will change. So vikasa will be common. So vikasi, vikasati, vikasataha, vikasanti. Vikasasi, it will become. Only in place of ti, only that will change in all these forms. So vikasasi, vikasathaha, vikasatha. Okay. You missed the sa.
Sa. Okay.
Don't miss the sa. Vikasasi, vikasathaha, vikasatha. In Uttama Purusha?
Vikasami,
Vikasami.
vikasavaha,
Vikasava.
vikasamaha.
Vikasamaha. Uttamam. Okay. Then atati means to wander, to just go about here and there. Atati.
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 Atataha.
Atataha. Atataha.
Atanti.
Atanti.
Bahuvachanam is atanti. Madhyama Purushe?
Athasi, atataha, atatha.
Uttamam. Uttama Purushe?
Atami, atavaha, atamaha.
Uttamam. Atami, atavaha, atamaha.
Atamaha.
Now you got the idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is in Lat Lakara, means Vartamana Kala. In Vartamana Kala, this is how the Kriya Padani will take different forms depending upon whether we are using in Prathama Purusha or Madhyama Purusha or Uttama Purusha, and then again the Vachanas, Eka Vachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana. Now to get clarity there, let us now use with pronouns. So you will know when to use which form of the Kriya Padam. Now if I say Pathati, what is the pronoun that goes with it?
Aham.
Aham. Which one?
Aham.
Okay. Aham is Uttama Purusha, right?
Yeah.
Aham is Uttama Purusha. Pathati is in Prathama Purusha. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam is Pathati. In Uttama Purusha, what is the form of Pat Dhatu? Pathami. Pathami. So aham, when if you use aham, you have to use pathami. But I asked you pathati. Pathati is in Prathama Purusha and Ekavachanam. What are the Prathama Purusha pronouns that we have studied?
Saha.
Saha pathati.
Sa pathati.
Ta pathati. Eshaha pathati.
Eshaha pathati.
Saha pathati. Esha pathati. Sa pathati. Sita pathati. Ramaha pathati. Govindaha pathati. Bhavan pathati. Bhavati pathati. Okay, you are reading, you can tell that. So, and Mitram pathati, Pitamaha pathati, Matamahi pathati, Balakaha pathati, Chatraha pathati, Guruhu pathati. All these come under Prathama Purusha, either proper nouns or pronouns. Okay, so there is so much choice in Prathama Purusha. Okay, if two boys are reading, how do you say that?
So.
Boy.
Tau, not sau.
You
Tau.
Tau patataha.
Tau patataha.
Tau
Pathati is ekavachanam. In Prathama Purusha ekavachanam it is pathati. Dvivachanam is pathataha. So tau pathataha. or te
Tau
pathatah. If it is two girls or two ladies, te. Sa te tah, right? So te pathatah. So tau pathatah or te pathatah or Rama Lakshmanau pathatah. We can say that also. Rama Lakshmanau pathatah. Right? Balakau pathatah. Chatrau pathatah. Guru pathatah. Guruhu guru guravaha. The dvivachanam is guru, right? So guru pathatah. Harihi hari harayaha. So dvivachanam hari.
Hari patataha.
Hari pathatah means two boys,
Pitarau
both their
patataha.
names are Hari. They both are studying. So Hari pathatah. Right? Nartakyau. Gauriyau pathatah. Nartakyau pathatah. Jayprad Garu was saying Site pathatah. If two girls and both their names are Sita, Site pathatah. Got it? Two friends. Mitram. Ekavachanam mitram. Dvivachanam mitre. Napumsakalingam, right? So mitram, mitre, mitrani. Mitre pathatah. Any dvivachanam pronoun or proper noun you can put with pathatah. Okay? In bahuvachanam, pathanti. What are the pronouns that go with it?
Te.
एषाः
Te pathanti.
पठन्ति एषाः पठन्ति
Etaha.
एताः
Esha,
Ramaha
ete,
pathanti.
etaha. Ramaha pathanti. Uttamam. Ramaha
Guravaha
pathanti.
pathanti.
ताः पठन्ति, ताः पठन्ति, ते पठन्ति, एते पठन्ति, मित्राणि पठन्ति, रामाः पठन्ति, बालकाः पठन्ति, बालिकाः पठन्ति, छात्राः पठन्ति, गुरवः पठन्ति. All the gurus are studying. Guravah pathanti. Right? Like that.
Ramaha pathanti.
Ramaha pathanti. Any proper noun or pronoun in bahuvachanam can be used with bahuvachana kriyapadam. So it is very, very important that the subject means the karta. Whoever is doing that action is called karta. Here Rama is reading. So Rama is the karta. What is he doing? He is reading. So pathati is the kriyapadam. Right? So they both have to agree with each other. Agree with each other means if the subject is in ekavachanam, kriyapadam also should be in ekavachanam only. You cannot say saha pathanti. You cannot say that. Kriyapadam is in bahuvachanam and kartrupadam is in ekavachanam. No, that will be incorrect grammatically. Okay? Even in our languages, in Telugu or Hindi or whatever, any Indian language you take, usually the verb agrees with the subject. Right? So you have to pay attention to that. You cannot use any kriya padam with any pronoun. You have to make sure they are matching in their purusha and vachana. If it is in ekavachana, kriya padam also has to be in ekavachana. If the kartrupadam is in dvivachana, kriya padam also has to be in dvivachana. If it is in bahuvachanam, kriya padam also has to be in bahuvachanam. Okay? Lakara does not have linga bheda. So Ramaha patati, Sita patati. Right? In Telugu, we have difference. Ramudu chadivadu or chaduvutunnadu. Sita chaduvutundi. There we have linga bheda. But in Samskritam, as far as lakaras, when the kriya padam is represented through a lakara, we don't have linga bheda. For Ramaha patati, Sita patati. Balakaha pathanti, balikaha pathanti. Mitrani pathanti. Napumsakalingam also pathanti only. There is no difference.
Ma'am, what do you mean by lakaranta? Lakara?
Lakara means, like I said, the verbs are classified into 10 tenses in Sanskritam.
Okay.
Each of that is called a lakara. Each tense is called a lakara. We have like lat lakara, lit lakara, lut lakara, lot lakara, lrit lakara, lan lakara, and then lan lakara, lan, lin, lun, rin, like that. Lat, lit, lut, let, lot, and then lan, lin, lun, and rin. Like that, we have 10 lakaras. In this level, we will be studying 4 lakaras. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So that is how they classify the tenses, like present tense. Lat lakara means present tense, vartamana kala. Okay. For each lakara, like for each tense, there is a lakara. And in Bhutakala, actually, we have 3 different Bhutakalas. Like even in English, say for example, there is simple past tense, there is past perfect tense, and so on. Like there are different kinds, right? Like that, even in Samskritam, we have a little, the past tense is classified into 3 types. Okay. It may not have a one-to-one mapping with the past tense of English, but we still have 3 classifications of Bhutakala. That is not to worry right now. Just remember that Lat Lakara implies Vartamana Kala, means present tense. Now, Madhyama Purusha. Madhyama Purusha Pathasi. What is the pronoun that goes with it? Tvam. Is there any other pronoun that goes with it? There is no other pronoun that goes with Pathasi. Only Tvam. Why? In Madhyama Purusha, Tvam is the only pronoun that we have. There is no other form of Madhyama Purusha. In Prathama Purusha, you have so many choices. All the proper nouns can be used under Prathama Purusha. And then all the pronouns. You have for Strilinga, Napumsaka, Pumlinga, everything. But in when it comes to Madhyama Purusha, you. So you can be a masculine or a feminine or a Napumsaka. It is you. There is no difference there. So Tvam. That's it. Whether you are referring to a man or a woman or a Napumsaka Linga Shabda, Tvam, it remains the same for whichever Linga it is. Okay. So Madhyama Purusha is easy. Why? There is no so many pronouns that go. It is only Tvam in Ekavachana. Whereas in Dvivachana we have Yuvam, Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam. These are the pronouns that we have for Madhyama Purusha, Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana. So Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam. That's it. So Tvam Pathasi, Yuvam Pathatha, Yuyam Pathatha. That's it. Only the Kriya Padam you can change depending on what action that person is doing. So Tvam Likhasi, Yuvam Likhatha, Yuyam Likhatha. So Tvam Likhasi, you are writing. Yuvam Likhatha, you both are writing. Yuyam Likhatha, you all are writing. That's it. Okay. That is with Madhyama Purusha. Pretty simple. For Ekavachanam, the pronoun is Tvam. For Dvivachanam, pronoun is Yuvam. There is no other choice. So you don't have to think, okay, which is the correct pronoun. And for Bahuvachanam, Yuyam. Then coming to Uttama Purusha. Uttama Purusha also same. You have only one. Aham, Avam, Vayam. Aham Ekavachanam, Avam Dvivachanam, Vayam Bahuvachanam. So Aham Pathami. Avam Patavaha. We both are studying. Vayam Pathamaha. We all are studying. Vayam samskritam Pathamaha. We all are studying Samskritam. Okay. So pronouns are fixed for Madhyama Purusha and Uttama Purusha. There is nothing for you to think or get confused. Only with Prathama Purusha, you have to be a little careful because, it has like ete if you use, say for example, it can be Pumlinga Bahuvachanam or it can be Strilinga Dvivachanam or Napumsaka Dvivachanam. So you have to pay attention to that, in which sense you are using. If I say ete pathanti, then what does ete imply? Ete pathanti.
Third person.
Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam.
Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam it implies. Why? See, ete can indicate masculine Bahuvachanam or feminine and Napumsaka Dvivachanam. But why did we say Bahuvachanam? Because Pathanti is in Bahuvachanam. The Kriya Padam is in Bahuvachanam. And we know that the Kriya Padam and Kartru Padam have to agree with each other. There is no, you can never find a sentence where the Kartru Padam and Kriya Padam don't agree with each other in correctly framed grammatical sentence. So Pathanti is Bahuvachanam. So here the ete has to imply Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam of Pumlinga. If I say ete pathatah, then we know that ete here is implying what? Ete pathatah.
Strilinga or Napumsakalinga?
Three or Napumsakalinga Dvivachanam. Okay.
Dvivachanam.
We will know that it is implying either Stri or Napumsakalinga Dvivachanam. Now, between Strilinga and Napumsaka, what is it implying? You have to look at the other context of that, where that sentence is used. If I simply say Ete Patataha, there is no other context given to you, then you can say here Ete represents either Strilinga Dvivachanam or Napumsakalinga Dvivachanam. But if I say Mahile Agachataha, Ete Patataha, if I say that, here in the first sentence, the context is given. Mahile Agachataha means two ladies are coming. Ete Patataha. So here Ete is implying that Mahile. So it is used in Strilinga sense. So that is what I mean when I say contextual clue. So if it is used in a paragraph, then we can look at the context and then figure out if it is Strilinga or Napumsaka. But if I simply give you a standalone sentence like Ete Patataha, then the Ete can imply even Strilinga or Napumsaka. There is not enough context given to tell either one. Okay. So that is how it is. So now did you get a clear idea of how to use the Kriya Padani? With the pronouns. Kriya Padani, how to use them with the pronouns. Okay. Okay. So now let us look at this Abhyasa on page number 37. Here we have, did we do this before last week? I think we did this last week, right? The Abhyasa on page number 37. Okay, anyways, we'll just quickly do once more. I'm unable to remember. Okay, Syutau Staha. The Dvivachanam is given here. Syutau Staha. What will be the Ekavachanam?
Syutaha asti.
Syutaha asti. Bahuvachanam?
Syutaha, Syutaha santi.
Taha santi. Uttamam. Balaha upavishanti. Bahuvachanam is given. What is the Ekavachanam in Dvivachanam?
Balaha upavish.
Balaha upavishati. Balau upavishataha. Balaha upavishanti. Ashvaha dhavati. Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. Ashvau dhavataha. Ashvaha dhavanti. Dhenu charataha. So Dhenuhu. This is Ukaranta Strilinga Shabda. So Dhenuhu charati. Dhenu charataha. Dhenavaha charanti. Okay. Charati means to graze. Phalani patanti. Phalam patati. Phale patataha. Phalani patanti. Balau kridataha. Balaha kridati. Balau kridataha. Balaha kridanti. Nartaki nrityati. Nartakyau nrityataha. Nartakyaha nrityanti. Now this is like Nadi Shabda. Nadi nadyau nadyaha. Nartaki nartakyau nartakyaha. So Nartaki nrityati. Nartakyau nrityataha. Nartakyaha nrityanti. Sainikau. So Sainikaha arohati. Sainikau arohataha. Sainikaha arohanti. Bhaktaha prayachati. Yachati means to give. Pra is just like a upasarga, which only enhances the meaning. It doesn't change. So it still means to give. So Bhaktaha prayachati. Bhaktau prayachataha. Bhaktaha prayachanti. Okay. Dushtaha pranashyanti. We are given the Bahuvachanam. So Dushtaha pranashyati. Dushtau pranashyataha. Drushtaha pranashyanti. Nripau tushyataha. So Nripaha tushyati. Nripau tushyataha. Nripaha tushyanti. Nripaha means king and tushyati means to feel happy. Esha kupyati. Esha Strilinga Shabda. So Ete kupyataha. Etaha kupyanti. Kupyati is to be angry. Ete shochanti. Bahuvachanam is given. So ete indicates pumlinga. Why? Because it is used in bahuvachanam. So eshaha shochati, etau shochataha, ete shochanti. Shochati means to feel sad. Okay. Okay. Moving on to page number 38. Here we are given a table in which we have some words, nouns, some are proper nouns, some are pronouns, in all the three lingas and in all the three vachanas. And then on the left hand side, it says Prathama Purusha. Okay, so all these are Prathama Purusha pronouns and nouns. And on the right hand side, we have some Kriya Padams given. Asti, Staha, Santi, Ichchati, Ichchataha, Icchanti, Vadati, Vadataha, Vadanti. Now we have to make sentences using the nouns or pronouns from the table in the middle and with the Kriya Padam. Like Balakaha Asti, Balakau Staha, Balakaha Santi. Again, from the same pronouns or nouns, you can use the other two Kriya Padams also. Balakaha Ichchati. Ichchati means to like or to want. Balakaha Ichchati. Balakau Ichchataha. Balakaha Icchanti. Balakaha Vadati. Balakau Vadataha. Balakaha Vadanti. Like this, we have to do for all the nouns and pronouns given. So, Mitram Asti. Mitre Staha. Mitrani Santi. Means friend is there, two friends are there, many friends are there. Mitram Ichchati. Mitre Ichchataha. Mitrani Icchanti. Mitram Vadati. Mitre Vadataha. Mitrani Vadanti. Balika Asti. Balike Staha. Balikaha Santi. Okay. For each of these, I want you to write as homework, like how I said for the first few rows, completely with all the three Kriya Padams in all the three vachanas. Okay. So how many sentences will you get? We have three tenses in the noun and then three tenses in one Kriya Padam. So 3 threes are 9 sentences we get there. And then again 9 and 9, 9 threes are 27 we get for each noun. And how many nouns or pronouns are there? So that many into 27. How many ever sentences we get? That much. So that will be a very good exercise for you. And then bhavati, bhavatyau, bhavatyaha. So bhavati ichchati, bhavatyau ichchataha, bhavatyaha icchanti. Bhavati is like Nadi Shabdam only. The form will be the same. Okay. Bhavan, bhavantau, bhavantaha. This is a Pumlinga Shabda. Bhavan asti, bhavantau staha, bhavantaha santi. Bhavan vadati means you are speaking. Bhavantau vadataha, bhavantaha vadanti. Okay, you all are speaking. So with the bhavati and bhavan, though we are addressing the person directly, like you, they are still considered as Prathama Purusha Sarvanama Shabda. Okay, why? Because we are using Prathama Purusha Kriya Padani with them. And why are we using Prathama Purusha Kriya Padani if the meaning of these two is like you, like it sounds like Madhyama Purusha? Why? Because this is with respect. So Tvam is used only with a person we are really comfortable with, where we don't have to show that formality, right? And only with the Tvam, the Madhyama Purusha Kriya Padani like Pathasi, Patathaha, Patatha will be used only with Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam, not with Bhavan and Bhavati. Okay? With Bhavan and Bhavati, we have to use Prathama Purusha Kriya Padani Eva. That is why they are not labeled as Madhyama Purusha pronouns. They are labeled as Prathama Purusha pronouns only. Okay? But the meaning wise, it is still you. Okay? Bhavati means you. We are addressing a lady, but it is you. Bhavati vadati. You are speaking. Bhavan vadati. You are speaking. Okay? Saha tau te. So saha ichchati, tau ichchataha, te icchanti. Sa asti, te staha, taha santi. Tat asti, te staha, tani santi. Eshaha ichchati, etau ichchataha, ete ichchanti. I'm only doing with one Kriya Padam, but I want you to do in your books with all the Kriya Padams. Munihi asti, muni staha, munayaha santi. Guruhu asti, guru staha, guravaha santi. Pita vadati, pitarau vadataha, pitaraha vadanti. Mata ichchati, matarau ichchataha, mataraha ichchanti. Vyaktihi asti, vyakti staha, vyaktayaha santi. Vyaktihi is like ikaranta strilinga shabda like matihi. Okay. Dhenuhu asti, dhenu staha, dhenavaha santi. Vadhuhu asti, vadhvau staha, vadhvaha santi. Okay. And then for Madhyama Purusha and Uttama Purusha, only Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam. Like I said, there is no other pronoun that goes for Madhyama Purusha other than Tvam. Similarly, for Uttama Purusha, Aham. So, Tvam Asi, Yuvam Sthaha, Yuyam Stha. Tvam Gachasi, Yuvam Gachatha, Yuyam Gachatha. Tvam Vasasi, Vasati is the Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam. Vasati means to reside. Aham Hyderabad Nagare Vasami. Sa Hyderabad Nagare Vasati. Tvam Hyderabad Nagare Vasasi. Okay. So Tvam Vasasi. Yuvam Vasatha. Yuyam Vasatha. Aham Asmi. I am there. Asmi is Asti. The Uttama Purusha for Asti is Asmi. Asti, you know. Asti, Santi, Asti, Nasti. We did this, right? Asti means is there. Nasti means not there. So, the Uttama Purusha Rupam of Asti is Asmi. I am there. Aham Asmi. Aham Asmi. Avam Swaha. We both are there. Vayam Smaha. We all are there. Aham Gachami. Avam Gachavaha. Vayam Gachamaha. Aham Vasami. Avam Vasavaha. Vayam Vasamaha. Okay, I am living here or residing here. We both are residing. We all are residing. Okay. Vayam Bharata Deshe Vasamaha. Like that. We all are living in Bharata Desha. So that is with the Kriya Padani in all the three Purushas. Prathama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha, Uttama Purusha. In Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana. Okay. For all these Kriya Padams, you practice reciting. Pathati, patataha, pathanti. Patasi, patataha, patatha. Pathami, pathavaha, pathamaha. Only if you know this thoroughly, whichever Kriya Padam I give, you will be able to tell comfortably. Like earlier, I gave you Prichati. Prichati, Prichataha, Prichanti. Prichasi, Prichataha, Prichatha. Prichami, Prichavaha, Prichamaha. And then Nrityati. Nrityati, Nrityataha, Nrityanti. If I give you the Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam, you should be able to tell all the other forms comfortably. So, Nrityati. Nrityati, Nrityataha, Nrityanti. Nrityasi, Nrityataha, Nrityatha. Nrityami, Nrityavaha, Nrityamaha. Okay. Kridati. Kridati, Kridataha, Kridanti. Kridasi, Kridathaha, Kridatha. Kridati means to play. Kridami, Kridavaha, Kridamaha. It has to become a part of us, these forms. Only then, when you're making an attempt to make a sentence, a conversation, or if you want to write a few lines, only if you are comfortable with these forms, only then we'll get that fluency, right? We'll be able to write or speak without having to think a lot. Initially, it will take time. I'm not saying this can be done overnight, but that continuous practice and recitation should be there. Only then at some point it will start coming. Many times in our mind it will be there. When you are thinking, you will be able to make the sentences perfectly. But once we make an attempt to speak, again there will be another hurdle there. A few things like speaking like in a group will, again, that is a totally different ball game. Even if you are comfortable with the language, many of us have that fear of speaking in a group. So that will again stop you. So to overcome even that, what should be there? That comfort with the language. If we are already not comfortable with the language, then speaking in a group will become even bigger challenge, right? So many hurdles are there before we are able to speak comfortably in a language. So, but the basic, where should we start? First, to get comfortable with the language. Once we are really, really comfortable and we are able to get that mental picture, talk to ourselves comfortably, then we can take it to the next level, speaking in a group. And then we'll be able to do in a bigger group and with new people. That initially we do it with people who are familiar with us, so that we have that comfort zone. It is okay even if to make mistakes. But once we get comfortable, really comfortable with our study group, then we can make an attempt to speak outside of our study group. So there are so many steps to all of this, but the basic foundation is by practicing all these shabdas. Okay. So then now we have so many things in the world, right? But we group them, like we group all ladies, we group all kids, we group all men, we group all flowers. But then there will, and we define some features, right? Now all ladies have long hair, all ladies have something, whatever. But then there will always be an exception for each general rule that we state, right? There will be some exception, because in the world, you take anything, we always have general category that usually most of the items will fit into, and then we always have an exception, like all kids, okay, of age 5 will be around around 5 years of age, maybe they'll be around 3 feet. That is the general rule. But you will always have a kid who is only 2 feet even at 5 years old. That is an exception. It is not wrong or bad or anything. It is just an exceptional case. There are some reasons behind that. Maybe genetically everybody in their family is so short, or even if not everybody is short, he happens to get only that gene of a person from his family who is really short. Or maybe he did not have proper nutrition during that growing age, whatever. There could be any factor. There will be factors though, okay? And that will become an exception. Similarly, here also, in the Kriya Padani also, we have some exceptions. Now I told you, Lat Lakara, Vartamana Kala, Kriya Padani, all will be in the form of, and I gave you a form, Pathati, Patataha, Pathanti, Pathasi, Patataha, Patatha, Pathami, Pathavaha, Pathami. But like I said, like everything else in the world, even in the Kriya Padani, there are some exceptions. There are some dhatus which act differently. Okay, not randomly. They act differently for a reason. They have some factors. Okay, the factors, don't have to worry about the factors right now, because that is beyond our scope. To understand that, we need to understand the dhatus at a much deeper level. The dhatus themselves are again classified depending on some properties. Okay, so for now, what we need to understand is, like everything else in the world, the Kriya Padani also have exceptions. This is the general rule. The table that we studied is the general format of a dhatu in Vartamana Kala. But there is an exception. So now let us look at those exceptional Kriya Padams. Okay, special case Kriya Padams. Vartamana Kale Vishesha Kriya Padani. So that is why they are labeled as Vishesha Kriya Padani. They are special. They act differently. Okay, let us look at those. Kaha janati, ka karoti, bhavan chinoti, hota juhoti. Okay, so for now, don't worry about the pronoun that is going with it, but janati, karoti, chinoti, juhoti. Okay, and then let us look at the dvivachanam of these Kriya Padan. Janati. Here we have 3 tables, 3 pink boxes, right? One beneath the other. In the first box, all the ekvachanam is given. In the second box, dvivachanam is given. And in the third box, bahuvachanam is given. So we are on page number 39. So Janati, Janitaha, Jananti. Janati is ekavachanam, Janitaha is dvivachanam, Jananti is bahuvachanam. Karoti, Kurutaha, Kurvanti. Karoti ekavachanam, Kurutaha dvivachanam, Kurvanti bahuvachanam. It is different than pathanti, right? Pat dhatu, pathanti. Kru dhatu, kurvanti. Va came. Va is not there in karoti, but in bahuvachanam it came. So that is why it is behaving differently. So that is why we say it is Vishesha Kriyapadam. Chinoti. Chinoti means to select it, to pick out from a group, like that. Karoti is to do. Janati is to know. Chinoti, Chinutaha, Chinvanti. Okay? Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. Juhoti. Juhoti means the action of offering in a yaga. You will be offering several things in a yaga, right? That offering, that act of offering is called Juhoti. Juhutaha, Juhvati. Juhvati. Okay? And then in the second line, we have another set of Kriyapadams. Krinati, Krinitaha, Krinanti. Krinati, ekavachanam. Krinitaha, dvivachanam. Krinanti, bahuvachanam. If you look at the three boxes, okay, the middle row of the three boxes, then you will see what I am reading out. Shaknoti, Krinati means to buy. Okay. Shaknoti means capable of doing. Aham pathitum shaknoti. I am capable of reading. Like that. Shaknoti. Shaknutaha dvivachanam. Shaknuvanti bahuvachanam. Prapnoti, prapnutaha, prapnuvanti. So this is obtaining. Prapnoti. This is familiar Kriyapadam even in other Indian languages, right? Even in Telugu we have this word, not exactly in this form, but praptinchindi we say, means that we have attained, we obtained. Okay, the actual Kriyapadam is apnoti. Pra is a prefix that is attached. Many times what happens is a Kriyapadam is used more commonly with the upasarga rather than by itself. Prapnoti is one such word. It is more commonly used along with the prefix pra. So apnoti might sound new to us. If I simply say apnoti, it might sound new to us. Prapnoti sounds much more familiar. Why? Because it is more commonly used with the prefix. But it is a prefix. The actual Kriyapadam is apnoti. Apnoti, apnutaha, apnuvanti. So prapnoti, prapnutaha, prapnuvanti. Ekavachana, dvivachana and bahuvachana. Dadati is to give. Okay. Dadati, dattaha, dadati. In ekavachana, dvivachana and bahuvachana. And then in the third row, we have another set of Kriyapadams. Grihnati. Grihnati is to grab, is to hold. Okay. Grihnati, grihnitaha, grihnanti. Like arakshakaha, choram grihnati. The police caught the thief. Like that. Grabbing or holding also. Just holding also, you can say. It need not be always in the sense of grabbing. Shrunoti. Shrunoti is to listen. Shrunoti, shrunutaha, shrunvanti. Roditi is to cry. Roditi, ruditaha, rudanti. Badhnati is to tie. Badhnati, badhnitaha, badhnanti. Okay, is to tie. Now some pronouns and nouns are used. It doesn't matter. You can use any pronoun that goes with it, like vachana wise. So janati. Kaha janati? Who knows? Saha janati. Ramaha janati. Shishyaha janati. Chhatraha janati. Chhatra janati. Girl knows. Girl student knows. Like that. Anything. Ka karoti. Who is doing? Since the question here has ka, which indicates a strilinga, the answer to that also we have to give in strilinga. Sa karoti. Sita karoti. Karmakari karoti. Sevika karoti. Like that. Bhavan chinoti. You are picking or selecting. Okay. There is no question there. So, but if we need to frame a question, we can do something like kaha chinoti. Who is picking or selecting or gathering? Hota juhoti. Now, hota is the person who performs the yaga. There will be one main person who performs the yaga. He is the one who actually puts everything in the yaga. So he is hota. Hota juhoti. Eshaha krinati. This person is purchasing. Okay. Kaha krinati, if you want to frame a question. Esha shaknoti. She is capable of doing. Okay. Ka shaknoti. Who is capable of doing? Mitram prapnoti. The friend has obtained whatever that is. Mitram prapnoti. Kim prapnoti? Actually, mitram, though it is an napumsakalinga shabda, it still indicates a person. So we need not be very strict about following the napumsakalinga shabda. Okay. So if we need to frame a question for mitram prapnoti, it doesn't have to be kim prapnoti. It can be kaha prapnoti also. Why? Because we know that mitram is indicating a person. So kaha prapnoti technically is still fine. Okay. Because we know that we are indicating or referring to a person. So we don't have to strictly follow the grammar and say kim prapnoti. Even when we are referring like mitraha, mitram agacchati. And then we need to say that he is sitting. So what do you say? Because mitram is napumsakam, etat upavishati, eshaha upavishati, we can say. Etat is used for napumsakalinga. So grammatically, when we say mitram agacchati, etat upavishati, grammatically that is correct. But when we are using, we know that we are referring to a person, and usually when we are referring to a person, we use either strilinga or pumlinga depending on that person, who that person is. Eshaha upavishati is also fine. Okay. Mitram is mitram agacchati. There we used mitram only to indicate that a friend has come. And mitram by itself is a napumsakalinga shabda. Mitraha is also there, but that indicates Surya, the sun. We cannot use mitraha in the meaning of friend, and we cannot use mitram in the meaning of sun. Okay, mitraha indicates sun and mitram indicates friend. Okay, data dadati. Data, this is a rikaranta. Datru shabdam. Data dadati. The donator donates. Saha grihnati. He grabs on or holds. Sa shrunoti. She listens. Bhiruhu roditi. Bhiruhu is like a cowardice, a person who is scared or afraid or like that. Eshaha badnati. He ties. Okay. Roditi is to cry. Kau janitaha. Now all these are dvivachana. So the pronouns also will be in dvivachana. Kau janitaha. Who both knows. Balakau janitaha. Now kau is in pumlinga. So we have to use pumlinga pronouns or nouns in the answer. So balakau janitaha. Rama Lakshmanau janitaha. Chhatrau janitaha. Guru janitaha. Hari janitaha. And so on. Tau kurutaha. They both are doing. Tau means they both in masculine. Tau kurutaha. So kau kurutaha, here the question can be kau kurutaha. For earlier also, kau janitaha, we can use pronouns like etau janitaha, tau janitaha, and so on. Te chinutaha. Here te is used with chinutaha. Chinutaha is in madhyama, dvivachanam, prathama purusha dvivachanam. So here te indicates either strilinga or napumsaka, right? Only there we have te in dvivachanam. So mahile chinutaha, mitre chinutaha, like that. Balike chinutaha. Those two girls are selecting or gathering or picking. Hotarau juhutaha. The two hotas. There are two hotas in this yaga. Hotarau juhutaha. They both are making their offerings to the yaga. Bhavatyau krinitaha. Bhavati, bhavatyau. So two women, krinitaha, are purchasing. You both are purchasing. Here, bhavatyau means you both. You both are purchasing. Etau shaknutaha. Etau, again, pumlinga dvivachanam. So they both or these both. Etau indicates close proximity. So these both are capable of doing. Etau balakau shaknutah. These two boys are capable of doing that. Mitre prapnutah. These two friends have obtained whatever they need to obtain. Datarau dattah. These two datas have donated. Okay, are donating. Mitre grihnitah. These two friends took whatever it is. Kau shrunutah. Who both are listening? Tau shrunutah. Balakau shrunutah. Chatrau shrunutah. Guru shrunutah. Hari shrunutah. Pitarau shrunutah. Like that. Bhiru ruditah. Okay. So they both are crying. The two people who are afraid are crying. Etau badnitah. These both are tying. And then bahuvachanam. Kaha jananti kaha. Strilinga bahuvachanam. So mahilaha jananti. Okay. Mahilaha jananti. Bhavatyah jananti. You all know. Bhavati bahuvachanam bhavatyah. Bhavatyah jananti. You all know. Chatraha jananti. Mahilaha jananti. And so on. Bhavantaha kurvanti. Bhavantaha. Masculine bahuvachanam. Bhavantaha kurvanti. Means you all are doing. Te chinvanti. They all are selecting or picking or gathering. They all. Hotaraha juhvati. All the hotas are making their offerings. Etaha krinanti. All these ladies are purchasing. Etaha. Strilinga bahuvachanam. All these ladies are purchasing. Bhavatyaha shaknuvanti. Again, bhavatyaha. Strilinga bahuvachanam. So you all are capable of doing. Bhavatyaha shaknuvanti. All you ladies are capable of doing this. Ete prapnuvanti. All these are capable of obtaining. Not capable of. All these are obtaining. Okay, ete. Ete is used in bahuvachanam, which indicates masculine bahuvachanam. So all these men or boys are obtaining. Dataraha dadati. All the donors are donating. Kaha grihnanti. Who all are taking or who all are holding? Kaha. Strilinga shabda. Mahilaha grihnanti. Balikaha grihnanti. Etaha grihnanti. Taha grihnanti. And so on. Mitrani shrunvanti. All the friends are listening. Ke rudanti. Who all are crying? Bhiravaha rudanti. Right? Bhiruhu. Bhiruhu, bhiru, bhiravaha. So bhiravaha rudanti. Te rudanti. Ete rudanti. Purushaha rudanti. Balikaha. Balikaha, no. Why? Because K is used in Pumlinga Shabda. So balakaha rudanti. Chatraha rudanti. And so on. Ete badnanti. In bahuvachanam, ete is used. So it indicates masculine. So all these people are tying. Okay, all these men or boys are tying. Like that. So these are the Vishesha Kriya Padani. Any questions so far? Okay. So let us move on to the Abhyasa. We are again on page number 39. 39, Abhyasa, the second one. Etat chitram pashyata. Chitre ke kim kurvanti iti yathodaharanam vakyani likhata. So look at the picture, what each one of them are doing. You can write, you can make small sentences. One example is given. Dhenavaha charanti. The cows are grazing. Okay. But I see only two cows here. But he gave it in Bahuvachanam. So we can actually put it in Dvivachanam. So what will it be in Dvivachanam? Dhenu charataha. So I didn't miss any cow, right? I can see only two in my book. So Dhenu charataha.
Yes, no, there are only two cows and they are the trees.
So Balakau Kridataha. Balakau Kridataha. I see two boys playing. So Balakau Kridataha. and right next to them, I see two men talking. So, Purushau Vadataha. Purushau Vadataha. Instead of Purushau, you can also say Etau or Tau. Any pronoun. They both are talking. But since you used Tau, it indicates men. Those two men are talking. Okay? Or Purushau Vadataha. Here in the front, three men are talking. So, Purushaha Vadanti. Okay? Or Te Vadanti. Ete Vadanti. Anything. We can say anything. Chatraha. Maybe they are students. Chatraha Vadanti. Okay? So, all possibilities you can imagine and try to make sentences. Okay? And then two ladies are talking. So, Mahile Vadanti. And we can also say two women, right? So, te vadanti, ete, sorry, vadataha. Mahile vadataha, te vadataha, ete vadataha. Because two vadataha. And then there is one lady who is simply standing. So, sa tishtati, mahila tishtati, yuvati tishtati. If we imagine she is a young girl, yuvati tishtati. And maybe she's also looking at something. So, mahila pashyati, yuvati pashyati, sa pashyati. Okay. And maybe we can mention both. Mahila tishtati pashyati cha. She is standing and looking. We can say that also. Okay. And then there is a... Huh?
Sunakaha dhavati.
Shunakaha dhavati. Adi Shunakaha annara. I was about to say that was like looking like a goat. So Ajaha I wanted to say. But Shunakaha is also fine. Both are fine.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
It looks like a goat, but of course you can always call it a Shunakaha. It doesn't matter. Ajaha. If we... Yeah. So, however, for Jayapradha Garu, that looks like a dog. So, Shunakaha dhavati. For me, it looks like a goat. So, ajaha dhavati or ajaha tishtati. Whatever. Two trees are there. Huh?
Eto upavisanti.
Etau upavishataha. Dvivachanam.
Visataha. Okay.
So, there a man and a woman are sitting. So, when there are completely men, we take Pumlinga. If all of them in Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam are ladies, then we take Strilinga. But if there is at least one male, we use Pumlinga. So here you can use Pumlinga. So Etau Upavishataha, Etau Vadataha. They both are sitting and talking. Okay, so Etau Upavishataha Vadataha cha. Cha is like and. They both are sitting and talking. Like that, if you want to say in Samskritam, Etau Upavishataha Vadataha cha. Okay. And since if we assume that they are a couple, Dampatihi also we can say. Okay. Dampatihi. Dampatihi.
Okay.
Dampatihi. Dampati, we are referring to them both as a unit. So that will be Ekavachanam. Right. When we are referring to two people as a couple, we refer to them in Ekavachanam because we are considering them as one unit. So, Dampatihi Upavishati. You can use the Kriyapadam also in Ekavachanam. Dampatihi Upavishati. Dampatihi Vadati. So, Dampatihi Upavishati Vadati cha. Okay, like that. Tatra Devalayaha Asti. Right? Devalayah, Dure. Dure ekaha devalayah asti. That you can write. Further back, you can also see some mountains. Parvatam. Ekavachanam Parvatam. Dvivachanam Parvate Parvatani. Because it is an Apumsakalinga Shabda. So, Dve Parvate. Dve Parvate Staha, you can say. If we haven't yet worked with numbers, so let's numbers aside, we can simply say Te Parvate. Okay? Te Parvate Staha. Two what do you say? Mountains are there. Okay. Shikharam.
वृक्षाः
Shikharam again is a napumsakalinga, so shikhare. Shikhare staha. 2 peaks. We can see the peaks, right? 2 peaks are there. Balakaha asti. Balakaha asti. There is a small boy between the ladies, right?
బాలకో క్రీడ ఇద్దరు ఆడుకుంటున్నారు కదండి
బాలకౌ క్రీడతః. అది మనం ఫస్టే చెప్పాము. బాలకౌ క్రీడతః. Like this, you try and make as many sentences as you can. Okay, so moving on to page number 14. Etasya koshtakasya sahayena yathodaharanam panchadasha vakyani vadata. Okay, so here on the left hand side box we have some nouns, and on the right hand side box we have some kriya padani. So let us see. Sarathihi chalayati. So the charioteer is driving. Chalayati is to drive. Sarathi chalayatah. Sarathayah chalayanti. Okay. So munihi japati. Japati is to meditate. Munihi japati. Muni japatah. Munayah japanti. Shatruhu asuyati. Asuyati is to feel jealous. The enemy is jealous. Shatru asuyatah. Shatravah asuyanti. Indriyam harati. Harati is to be carried away, to remove. In such senses you can use destroy in such senses. So indriyam harati. Indriye haratah. Indriyani haranti. So it is because of the indriyams, right, that we always lose focus, because we don't have control over our indriyams. So you can look at it that way. So the indriyam is the one that is causing trouble or destroying us. So indriyam harati. Indriye haratah. Indriyani haranti. Dushtaha vinashyati. Vinashyati, nashyati means to destroy. V is only a prefix. It doesn't change the meaning of the kriya padam here. Sometimes prefixes change the meaning of the kriya padam, like gacchati, agacchati. Gacchati means to go, agacchati means to come. So prefixes, we have a separate lesson on that. We'll discuss more when we come to that lesson. But until then, just remember that kriya padams can have prefixes which may not always have a meaning. Sometimes they change the meaning of the kriya padam. Sometimes they only enhance the meaning of the kriya padam. So here it is like that. Vinashyati. The V prefix is not changing the meaning of the kriya padam. It still means to destroy. Dushtaha vinashyati. Dushtau vinashyatah. Dushtaha vinashyanti. Tvam mohayasi. This is used in Madhyama Purusha. Mohayasi means to deceive, like to cheat, like creating illusion, right? So tvam mohayasi. Yuvam mohayatah. Yuyam mohayatha. Ashvaha dhavati. Dhavati is to run. Ashvau dhavatah. Ashvaha dhavanti. Ashvaha is a horse. So that is what you need to do. So we discussed this, but I still want you to write it down in your notebooks, whatever we said out loud. Okay? Okay. Whatever we discuss in the class, it doesn't mean since we discussed you don't need to write. You still have to rewrite them in your notebooks, not in this book, a separate notebook, so you can freely write. And if there are any corrections also, you can make. Otherwise, the workbook becomes clumsy and you cannot reuse the workbook. Okay. Etat sambhashanam uchchaihi patata avagacchata cha. So there is a conversation between Yashoda and Krishna. Let us read and see what it is. Yashoda. Hey Krishna, tvam kutra asi? Aham dvarasya prishtataha asmi. Agrajaha api atra asti. So we have studied, right? Prishtataha, purataha, adaha, upari, vamataha, dakshinataha, we studied, right? And we used Shashti Vibhakti with all these words. So here, dvarasya prishtataha. Prishtataha is back, means behind the door. Aham dvarasya prishtataha asmi. Agrajaha api atra asti. Even elder brother is also here only. Yuvam tatraiva staha kim. You both are going to stay there only. Tatra eva will become tatraiva in sandhi. Tatra eva staha kim. Am avam atraiva swaha. Neela api atra asti. Neela is also there. I don't know who Neela is. She might be a gopika. Neela api atra asti. Yuyam choraha stha. Kim asti tava haste? Navanitam khadasi kim? Yuyam choraha stha. You all are thieves. Kim asti tava haste? What is there in your hand? Navanitam khadasi kim? Are you eating navanitam? Navanitam means butter. Naiva amba vayam kridamaha. Na eva. Okay. So, na eva amba. So, this eva is used to emphasize. Wherever it is used, it emphasizes. With whatever word we use eva, it emphasizes that. So here, na eva amba, he could have simply said na amba. Na eva amba means he's emphasizing on the fact that he's not eating. Vayam kridamaha. We are playing. Asatyam vadatha. Navanitam chorayatha kalu. So vadatha chorayatha. Madhyama purusha bahuvachanam. So she's indicating all the three of them. Asatyam vadatha. You all are speaking, not speaking the truth. Navanitam chorayatha kalu. You all are stealing the butter, right? Kalu. Kalu is like you all are stealing, right? You all are eating, right? That right. Like how we say that in English, kalu is also like that. Tvameva yachasi kalu. Punaha vayam kimartham chorayamaha. You only have given us, right? Tvameva. Tvam eva yachasi kalu. Yachasi means yachati. Prayachati. We got this kriya padam earlier. In page number 37, the 9th sentence in the abhyasa. Prayachati means to give. So, pra is a prefix only. The actual kriya padam is yachati. In madhyama purusha, it will become yachasi. So, tvameva yachasi kalu. You only gave us, no? Punaha vayam kimartham chorayamaha. Why will we again steal when you yourself have given us navanitam? Kintu gopika vadati. Tvam navanitam nayasi iti. So Yashoda is saying, but Gopika told me that you are taking navanitam. Nayasi means to take. Okay, to take it away from one place. Anayati, to bring. Nayati, to take. Okay, to take it away. Anayati, to bring. So, tvam navanitam nayasi iti. What did the Gopika tell me? That you are taking away the butter. Mithya amba agrajam pruchasi chet satyam avagachasi. Mithya amba. Mithya means it is not true. Okay, it is false. Agrajam pruchasi chet. If you ask the elder brother, satyam avagachasi, you will know the truth. Yuvam chorau staha eva. Kimartham asatyam kathayasi. You both are thieves. Why will you tell the truth? Why are you telling lies? Kimartham asatyam kathayasi. Why are you telling asatyam? Neele, tvam vadasi chedeva amba vishvasiti. So Neela is the Gopika, like how I assumed. So Krishna is telling to Neela. So this is Sambodhana, Neele. He's addressing Neela. So Neele, tvam vadasi cheteva amba vishvasiti. Only if you tell, amba will believe. Paryaptam, aham vishvasini, agachatha. So Yashoda got tired. Okay, enough. Paryaptam, enough. Aham vishvasini. Okay, I am believing. Agacha, agachata. You all come. Astu, agachamaha. Okay, we all are coming. Okay, so that is the concept. Chet eva. Tvam vadasi chet eva. Chet plus eva in sandhi it becomes chedeva. Chet means if. Only if you tell. Eva means only. Only if you tell Amma will believe. Tvam vadasi chet eva Amba Vishwasiti. Chet plus eva, in Sandhi it becomes chedeva. Chet means if, eva means only. Only if you tell, Amba will believe. Okay? Okay. So moving on to the next exercise, number 5, on page number 41. Aham avam vayam. Eteshu uchitasya rupasya prayogena etesham prashnanam uttarani likhata. Using aham, avam and vayam appropriately, make sentences or answer the questions given. Tvam phalam prapnoshi kim? Did you obtain or get the fruit, receive the fruit? What will the answer be here?
Aham phalam prapnomi.
Uttamam. Aham phalam prapnomi. Tvam is in ekavachana. So in Uttama Purusha also we have to use ekavachana. Bhavantaha Geetam jananti kim?
Am aga vayam Geetam janimaha.
Uttamam. Vayam Geetam janimaha. Yuyam patham shrunutha kim?
Vayam patam shrunanti.
Vayam patham shrunumaha. In Uttama Purusha, right? So it will become shrunumaha. Vayam patham shrunumaha. Yuyam shlokan chinutha kim?
Vayam slokan chinumaha.
Chinmaha or chinumaha, both we can use here. Okay. Then bhavati Geetha saram janati kim? Bhavati ekavachanam. So answer will be
Aham.
Aham
Geetha
Janami.
Janami. Uttamam. Yuvam Geetha pustakam grihnitha kim?
Avam Geetha pustakam
Grihnivaha. Yuvam. It is in Madhyama Purusha Dvivachanam. So in Uttama Purusha Dvivachanam, it will be Avam. Avam Geetha pustakam Grihnivaha. Okay. Tvam karyam kartum shaknoshi kim? Can you do the work? Others also, please try.
Agam karyam kartum shaknomi.
Aham karyam kartum shaknomi. Yuvam jivana lakshyam prapnutah kim? Yuvam. Again, Madhyama Purusha Dvivachanam.
Avam.
Avam jivana lakshyam prapnumaha. Prapnuvaha. Dvivachanam, right? So prapnuvaha. Bhavantaha Geetayaha kanthastikaranam kurvanti kim?
Bhavantaha bahuvachanam.
Vayam Geetayaha
kantasthikaranam kurvamah.
Kurmaha. Karomi, kurvaha, kurmaha. Bhavantaha pushpani chetum shaknuvanti kim?
Vayam pushpani chetum shaknumaha.
Okay. Uttamam. So let us look at the 6th exercise. Adhasthana Shabdanam sahayena yathodaharanam ashtadhikashatam vakyani vadata. Ashtadhikashatam vakyani. You have a lot of exercise this week. On page number 38, you have so many sentences. Again, here also you have so many sentences. Good practice, and it is well needed. Okay.
108 sentences.
108. There are even more on page number 38, no? 27 into how many ever nouns or
44.
If we do that way, we have a lot on 38, but 108 as a number also feels huge.
Okay. So let us make the sentences. So on the left hand side, we have pronouns tvam, yuvam, yuyam, aham, avam, vayam, bhavan, bhavantau, bhavantaha. Okay, and on the right hand side, we have some kriya padani. These are all with vishesha kriya padani, right? So we need that exercise. Why? Because vishesha kriya padani are different. They don't follow the normal pattern of patati, patataha, patanti, and so on. So they are different. So that extra practice will be helpful. So tvam vastram Krinasi. Tvam is Madhyama Purusha. So the Prathama Purusha Rupams are given in the brackets. We have to write as per the Purusha that we are using. So Tvam Vastram Krinasi. Tvam Pustakam Krinasi. Okay, so we used both Vastram and Pustakam with Tvam. Now we have to use the other Kriya Padams. Tvam Vastram Grihnasi. Tvam Pustakam Grihnasi. Tvam Vastram Prapnosi. Prapnoshi, actually. Tvam Vastram Prapnoshi. In Madhyama Purusha, it will become Prapnoshi. Tvam Pustakam Prapnoshi. Tvam Vastram Chinosi. Chinoshi. For Chinoti also, it is Chinoshi only. Tvam Vastram Chinoshi. Tvam Pustakam Chinoshi. Tvam Vastram Janasi. How do you know this? Ante, of course, only for the exercise or practice sake, we can say Tvam Vastram Janasi. You know the cloth. Tvam Pustakam Janasi. Okay. Tvam Vastram. What will Dadati become?
Dadasi.
Dadasi. Dadasi. And Tvam Pustakam Dadasi. Okay. Like that you have to write. So here Tvam into Vastram and Pustakam 2. 2 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12. 12 into how many pronouns we have? That it will come to 108, I think.
108, exactly they put up.
So Yuvam is in Dvivachanam. Again, Yuvam Vastram. What will Krinati become in Madhyama Purusha Dvivachanam? So Yuvam Vastram Krinitaha. Yuvam Pustakam Krinitaha. Yuvam Vastram.
And is it supposed to be Taha or Thaha?
Taha only. No Staha. No Sakara is not there.
No, I'm saying it is supposed to be a Akara, right? It's supposed to be a Mahapranatha.
Yes,
right?
Correct.
Mahapranatha.
Mahapranatha. So Yuvam Vastram Grihnitaha. Yuvam Pustakam Grihnitaha. Yuvam Vastram Prapnoshi. What will Prapnoshi be? Prapnutaha. Yuvam Pustakam Prapnutaha. Yuvam Vastram Chinutaha. Yuvam Pustakam Chinutaha. Yuvam Vastram Janitaha. Yuvam Pustakam Janitaha. Yuvam Vastram Dattaha. Dattaha. The second tha is Mahapranatha. So the Alpaprana Takara and Mahaprana Takara and Akara. Okay. Dattaha. Yuvam Pustakam Dattaha. And then Yuyam. Yuyam Vastram Krinitha. There is no Visarga. Yuyam Pustakam Krinitha. Yuyam Vastram Grihnitha. यूयं पुस्तकं गृह्णीत, यूयं वस्त्रं प्राप्नुथ, यूयं पुस्तकं प्राप्नुथ, यूयं वस्त्रं चिनुथ, यूयं पुस्तकं चिनुथ, यूयं वस्त्रं जानीथ, यूयं पुस्तकं जानीथ. And then aham. Oh, sorry. Dadati is there, no? Yuyam vastram dattha. Yuyam pustakam dattha. And then aham. Aham vastram krinami. Aham pustakam krinami. Aham vastram grihnami. Aham pustakam grihnami. Aham vastram prapnomi. Aham pustakam prapnomi. Aham vastram chinomi. Chinomi, correct. Aham pustakam chinomi. Aham vastram janami. Aham pustakam janami. Aham vastram dadami. Aham pustakam dadami. Avam vastram krinivaha. Avam pustakam krinivaha. Avam vastram grihnivaha. Avam pustakam grihnivaha. Avam vastram prapnuvaha. Avam pustakam prapnuvaha. Avam vastram chinvaha or chinuvaha. Both you can use. Chinuvaha or chinvaha. Avam pustakam chinvaha. Avam vastram janivaha. Avam pustakam janivaha. Avam vastram dadvaha. Dadvaha. Avam pustakam dadvaha. Vayam vastram krinimaha. Vayam pustakam krinimaha. Vayam vastram grihnimaha. Vayam pustakam grihnimaha. Vayam vastram prapnumaha. Vayam pustakam prapnumaha. Vayam vastram chinmaha or chinumaha. Either way you can say chinumaha or chinmaha. Vayam pustakam chinmaha. Vayam vastram janimaha. Vayam pustakam janimaha. Vayam vastram dadmaha. Vayam pustakam dadmaha. Okay, bhavan is again like prathama purusha. So you can use the prathama purusha as it is. Bhavan vastram krinati. Bhavan pustakam krinati. Okay, and so on. It is the same, so I'm not going to repeat all. Bhavantau, dvivachanam. So krinati will become krinitaha. Bhavantau krinitaha. Bhavantau grihnitaha. Bhavantau prapnutaha. Bhavantau chinutaha. Bhavantau janitaha. Bhavantau dattaha. Okay? And then bhavantaha, bahuvachanam. So krinati will become krinanti, grihnanti, prapnuvanti, chinvanti, jananti, and dadati. Okay? So like that you again write even for the remaining. The last few ones I did not repeat for all the vastram and pustakam, but you can do that. Okay, good. So now, गीतायाः चतुर्थे अध्याये एतत् संख्याकेषु श्लोकेषु स्थितानि क्रियापदानि परिशीलयत. Okay, so in these chapters and in these shlokas, no, in the fourth chapter and in these shlokas, we have to identify the kriyapadani. I have my Gita book. Okay. Chaturthe Adhyaye. And we have the first shloka is the seventh shloka. So yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. So bhavati and srijami are the two kriyapadani here. Okay? Bhavati and srijami. bhavati is to happen, srujami is to I will come again, I will be created again, or I will come back again, like that, srujami. Okay, then next shloka is the 8th one. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Sambhavami. That will be the kriyapadam. It is in Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. Sambhavami. Okay. Earlier, bhavati and srujami. Bhavati is in Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam. Srujami is in Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. And then we have the 9th shloka. Janma karma cha me divyamevam yaha veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma na eti mameti saha Arjuna.
Mameti?
Mameti is not eti. Yes. Mam eti. That is two different words. Mameti is not a single word. Mam means me. Eti. Eti is the kriyapadam here. Okay. Eti is the kriyapadam. Means to attain. This also is like to attain. Eti. That is the kriyapadam prathama purusha ekavachanam. And then 11th shloka. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanuvartante manushyaha partha sarvashaha. Bhajamyaham. Bhajami. That is bhajami is Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. Prapadyante. Prapadyate is Ekavachanam. Prapadyante is Bahuvachanam. So Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam Prapadyante. Bhajami Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. That is Atmanepadi. Let us not discuss that right now because we haven't covered the Atmanepadi yet for totally new students. Okay.
नवमश्लोके वेति अपि अस्ति खलु जि नवमश्लोके जन्म कर्म च वे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेति तत्त्वतः.
Correct. Veti is also there. That is also a kriyapadam. Is to know. Veti means to know. Good catch. I missed that. I did not see that.
Vartante, ma'am?
Vartante is there. It is an Atmanepadi which we did not cover. So some of the members are totally new to Samskritam. So let us not discuss that now. We'll come back to that later. Okay. And then 14 we have. 14th shloka. Na mam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha iti mam yaha abhijanati karma bhihi na sabadhyate.
Janati.
Janati is there. What else is there? Limpanti is also there.
Limpanti.
Limpanti. It is Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam. Limpati is Ekavachanam. Limpanti Bahuvachanam. Means to affect. And then Janati. Okay. These are the two Kriyapadams here. And then the next shloka is the 20th one. Tyaktva karma phala sangam nitya trupto nirashrayah karmanyabhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. So karoti is the only kriyapadam that we have here. Okay, karoti means to do. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam. 21 shloka number. Nirashiryata chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilvisham. So here apnoti. We discussed about apnoti. Here it is joined with other words in sandhi. Kurvan na apnoti is the split. So apnoti. Okay. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam, that also. And then we have the 31st shloka. Nayam lokostyayajnasya kutonyah kuru sattama. Here, lokaha asti ayajnasya. That is the split. Lokaha asti ayajnasya. Ayajnasya is he who does not perform. Ayajnaha is he who does not perform any yagas. Asti. Lokaha asti. Okay. Na ayam lokaha asti ayajnasya kutaha anyaha kuru sattama. Okay. So, ante for him who does not do any yagas, what is there for him? That is the overall meaning of the shloka. So, asti is the kriya padam here. You were asking something, Bhagini?
श्लोके यान्ति अपि अस्ति खलु जि
Where? Which one?
भुजः यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्.
Which shloka?
31 ji.
31.
Yeah.
Okay. In my book, it is given under the 30th shloka, that line.
Oh.
Yajna shishtamrita bhujo yanti brahma sanatanam. Yeah, yanti is also kriyapadam. Yati is ekavachanam, yanti is bahuvachanam. Yeah, in some books, sometimes for some shlokas, the split is a little different. That one is given for me as under shloka 30. Okay, anyways. 38. Next shloka is 38. Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitramiha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalenatmani vindati.
Vindati.
Vindati is the kriyapadam. Means to enjoy. Anandati, like. Okay, like to enjoy. 38. Then 39 we have Shraddhavang lambhate jnanam. Shraddhavang labhate jnanam tatparaha samyatendriyaha. Jnanam labdva param shanti machirenadhi gacchati.
Gacchati.
Shantim achirena adhi gacchati.
Labhate.
Labhate is Atmanepadi Kriyapadam. Here we have Adhigacchati. Adhi is a prefix here for Gacchati. So Adhigacchati is the Kriyapadam here. And then we have 40th shloka. Agnihacha Ashraddhadhanascha Samshayatma Vinashyati Nayam Lokosti Na Parona Sukham Samshayatmanaha. So Vinashyati is there. And then Lokaha Asti in the second line is also there. So two Kriyapadams we have, Vinashyati and Asti. Both are Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam. And then we have 41st shloka. Yoga sanyah takarmanam. Yoga sanyasta, actually. Yoga sanyasta karmanam. Jnana sanchinna samshayam. Atmavantam na karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya. So nibadnanti. Badhnati means to tie, right? So nibadhnati means to not bind. So we should not bind ourselves to the karma that we do. Na karmani nibadhnanti dhananjaya. Okay. So this is Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam. Badhnanti, nibadhnanti. Ni is the prefix here. Okay, it still does not change the meaning of the Kriya Padam. It still means to bind. Oh, sorry. Nibadnanti. Yeah, bind, right? Na karmani nibadnanti. So the na will act as the negation. So do not bind, but nibadnanti by itself means to bind. That is the 41st shloka. Okay. So a few of you might be having some questions about the other Kriya Padams that are referring to, right? So I'll just say it very briefly so that you won't be wondering what is going on. So basically Kriya Padams, the dhatus of the Kriya Padams. Dhatu means the Moola Rupam. Okay. To that, when we add suffixes, they will become the lat lakara rupam, like pathati. The ti, for example, is a suffix. The actual dhatu is pat. To the pat, we are adding all these suffixes. If we add ti, it becomes prathama purusha ekavachanam. If we add taha, it becomes prathama purusha dvivachanam, and so on. So dhatu is the moola rupam. So these dhatus are of three kinds: parasmaipadi, atmanepadi, and ubhayapadi. Okay, just very briefly I will tell you. Forget about it also today itself, because we will be covering again that later on. But since a few of them have asked me about some Kriya Padams and I said we'll do that, some of them don't know. I just don't want you to keep wondering what is that. So the dhatus are of three kinds: parasmaipadi, atmanepadi, and ubhayapadi. So some dhatus are parasmaipadi. It is only different kinds of dhatus. There is nothing more to it other than that. There are only three different kinds of dhatus. One dhatus are called parasmaipadi. The other dhatus, other set of dhatus are called atmanepadi. And the third kind of dhatus take both forms, parasmaipadi form and atmanepadi form. So that is why they are called ubhayapadi. That's all. That is all you need to know. The forms will be different. In atmanepadi, instead of ti, you will get te. Like pathati is there, right? There, like vandate. The dhatus which are classified as atmanepadi will get te at the end. Whereas parasmaipadi dhatus will get ti at the end, like pathati, gacchati, agacchati, shrunoti, likhati, pibati, khadati, nrityati, like this. There you will get like vandate, shankate, munchate. What else is there? Bhashate, uhate. All those dhatus will end in te, the prathama purusha ekavachana form. It is just a classification. There is nothing more to it. One thing that is believed is parasmaipadi. Para means others. Atmanepadi means self. So very long back, it is believed that when you are referring to an action done by others, okay, then you use the parasmaipadi dhatus to indicate actions done by others. But when you are indicating or trying to tell an action done by yourself, then you use atmanepadi dhatus. Very long time ago, that was in practice, not anymore. So we don't have to worry about that. But that classification remained like that. Now we can use any dhatu in reference to anybody, whether it is about others or about ourselves. That is still fine. So that is very briefly about the classification. So in these shlokas, there were a few atmanepadi kriyapadani also. That is what a few of them who have attended other classes were referring to. Okay, but since not all of you have done the atmanepadi dhatus, we did not discuss that right now. Okay, there is a separate lesson on atmanepadi dhatus. When we come to that, we can study them in detail. Okay, so that is with the Geetha shlokas. So any questions so far? Okay. So in question number 8, we have again just some sentences and we are asked to write Vachanam Parivartya. So we have to change the tense. No, not the tense, the number. Vachanam is number, means Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. So Vatuhu Shastram Shrunoti. It is given in Ekavachanam. So we have to write it in Bahuvachanam. Vatavaha shastram shrunvanti. Okay. Saratihi ashwan badnati. What will badnati become?
Sarati
Sarathaya. Sarathihi. It is like harihi. Harayaha. So sarathayaha ashwan badnanti. Badnanti. Okay, that is in Bahuvachanam. Kataraha yodhum na shaknoti. Kataraha is like akaranta pumlinga only. Kataraha yodhum na shaknuvanti. Okay, Bahuvachanam shaknoti will become shaknuvanti. One second. Okay. So then Kataraha is like a person who is not courageous. Okay. A covered eyes. So Yodhum na shaknoti. He cannot fight because he is a covered eyes. Munihi manaha nigrihnati. Nigrihnati means he has a hold on his manaha. Who? Munihi. In Bahuvachanam, munayaha manaha nigrihnanti. Okay. Munayaha manaha nigrihnanti. Yogi janaha brahmagnau juhoti. What does juhoti become?
Juhvanti.
Juhoti. Juhvati actually. The Bahuvachanam is Juhvati. These words, unless we use on a regular basis, we won't be able to remember the forms. So Yogi Janaha will become in Bahuvachanam Yogi Janaha Brahmagnau Juhvati. Okay. In the Brahmagni, it is in Shashti, Saptami Vibhakti. Brahmagnau means in the Agni. They make their offerings. Juhvati. Manavaha Siddhim Apnoti. Manavaha Siddhim Apnuvanti is the Bahuvachanam. Neta Ahvanam Shrunoti. Neta, Rikaranta Pumlinga. So Netaraha. Okay, Neta, Netarau, Netaraha. Netaraha Ahvanam Shrunvanti. Devaha Varam Dadati. Devaha Varam Dadati. Guruhu Dhyanam Karoti. Guravaha Dhyanam Kurvanti. Swadharmakarta Kilbisham na apnoti. What is Kilbisha? I forget. We discussed that earlier. I think Kilbisham na apnoti. Swadharmakarta. Kilbisham is let me just double check. Papama. Okay. Ante. Yeah. Like sin. Okay. So, Swadharma Karta, he who performs his Swadharma will not obtain Kilbisham. Kilbisham is like sin. So, Swadharma Karta is like again Rikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Karta, Kartarau, Kartaraha. So, Swadharma Kartaraha, Kilbisham na apnuvantaha. Apnuvanti. Yodha Shastram Chinoti. Again, Yodha is also Rikaranta Pumlinga. Yodha, Yodharau, Yodharaha. So, Yodharaha Shastram Chinoti will become Chinuvaha. Oh, sorry, Bahuvachanam, right? Chinmanti. Chinmanti. Yes. Also try and write the Dvivachana forms of these. Also try and write the Dvivachana. We did the Ekavachana and Bahuvachana. Try to write the Dvivachana also for all these Kriya Padani. So when a Kriya Padam is given, how do you know that whether it is a Vishesha Kriya Padam or a regular Kriya Padam? How do we know that? That question must have come to all of you. So one way to identify that is right before the ti. Right before the ti, the Kriya Padam will end in Akara. Like say for example, Pathati. Right before ti, Patha is there. Likhati. Nrityati, vadati, khadati, khadati, pibati, right? Gachati. So if you observe all these Kriya Padams, right before the ti, there is an Akara. Pat plus a plus ti, pathati. Gacha. Actually the dhatu is gam, but it will change to gacha with because of some sutras. So gacha ti, like that. Okay, for all the kriya padams that have an akara, hrasva akara, right before the ti, then you can use the regular forms, pathati, patataha, pathanti. That form you can use for that dhatu. Okay, only if it has any other vowel other than hrasva akara, then it is considered as a vishesha kriya padam, and then it will have its own forms. Now, there is no regular pattern within the Vishesha Kriya Padani. Sometimes, though they are similar, they still follow different forms. So, the only way is we just memorize each of those irregular forms. There are only a set of Kriya Padams which we commonly use, which are Vishesha Kriya Padani. Those by practicing, we can remember that. But when you come across a Kriya Padam and to at least know whether it is a regular Kriya Padam or a Vishesha Kriya Padam, one thing that we can count on is if the ti is preceded by hrasva akara, it is a regular Kriya Padam. If it is preceded by any other vowel other than hrasva akara, then it is considered as a Vishesha Kriya Padam. Then you know that it definitely has a different form, and then we have to look it up. Okay. So if you look at these Vishesha Kriya Padams that are given on page number 39, Janati. Right before ti, we have Dirgha Akara, Janati. Karoti. Right before ti, we have Okara. Chinoti. For Chinoti also, we have Okara. Juhoti. Here also we have Okara. Though Karoti, Chinoti, Juhoti, all three of them have Okara before ti, still all the three do not have the same format, right? Juhoti is a little different. Chinoti is a little different. Karoti is a little different. Sometimes they might match, but not always. So don't think that since all the three have Okara, at least those three will have the same form. There is no such rule. Okay. It all depends on which category of dhatus they come under. Again, the dhatus are also classified into 10 ganas, depending on a few other factors. So depending to which gana this dhatu belongs, again, the way it behaves will be different. Okay. But one thing that we can recognize is if it is a regular Kriya Padam or a Vishesha Kriya Padam. That is as much as you need to identify as of now. The further identification will come much later, not now. Krinati. Again, here also we have Dirgha Akara. Shaknoti, Okara. Prapnoti, Okara. Dadati, Akara. Grihnati, again, Akara. Shrunoti, Okara. Roditi, Ikara. Badnati, again, Akara. Okay. So, the Vishesha Kriya Padams, that is how you identify them. Okay. Shall we stop here or shall we also do this 9th exercise? 9th question.
Yes, ma'am, we'll do.
Okay. So here, for each sentence, we have to pick one appropriate Kriya Padam. We are given 3 choices. We have to identify the right one. Bhavantau Vishayam Janati Jananti Janitaha.
Janitaha.
Janitaha. Why? Because Bhavantau is in Dvivachanam. Janitaha is also in Dvivachanam. So we have to pick Janitaha. Grahakau Vastu
Krinitaha.
Taha. Why? Because Grahakau is again in Dvivachanam. Krinitaha is also in Dvivachanam. Sainikau Arim. Ari is enemy. Arim. Sainikau Arim Grihnitaha. Because Sainikau is again in Dvivachanam. So both the soldiers have captured the enemy. That is the meaning of that sentence. Bhavantau Japam. Bhavantau, again Dvivachanam. Japam Kurutaha.
Kurutaha.
Bhavantau Japam Kurutaha. Bhaginyau Geetam
Shrunutaha.
Shrunutaha. Uttamam. Bhaginyau Dvivachanam. Bhavatyau Sarvatra Gantum
Shaknutaha.
Shaknutaha. Bhavatyau is Dvivachanam. So Shaknutaha also in Dvivachanam. Bhaktau Pushpam. Bhaktau Dvivachanam.
Chinutaha.
Chinutaha.
Tau Dhirau Na.
Ruditaha.
Dhirau means courageous people. Courageous people do not cry. So Dhirau Na Ruditaha. Rishi Moksham. Rishi.
Prapnutaha.
Prapnutaha. Rishihi Rishi Rishayaha. So Rishihi Ekavachanam. Rishi Dvivachanam. So the Kriya Padam also we have to select in Dvivachanam. Prapnutaha. Balike Phalam
Dattaha.
Dattaha. Okay, Balike is Strilinga Dvivachanam. Dattaha. Phalam Dattaha. Okay, good. So, so we have covered the regular Kriya Padam. We started in the last class. We did further practice with the regular Kriya Padani in this class. And then we also saw the Vishesha Kriya Padani in this class. Okay. So, like I said, without the Kriya Padam, there is no sentence. So, Kriya Padam is very, very, very important. So, we have to learn all the forms of the Kriya Padam. So, please do practice whatever practices I have suggested while we are working through the exercises. Please do that. Okay, daily I asked you to spend like 15 minutes, and as we are progressing, the time also should increase. So that time has come. So if you are only spending 15 minutes, try and increase that time. So the more you put in, the much easier it will become for you. But Vishesha Kriya Padani, don't worry if you are not able to memorize as of now. But the regular Kriya Padani, since it has already been a week since we started, by next week, it will be 2 weeks, right? By the next class. I would want you to memorize the forms of the regular Kriya Padani. Means Pathati, Pathataha, Pathanti, Pathasi, Pathathaha, Pathatha, Pathami, Pathavaha, Pathamaha. This you should know by heart. Okay? Don't worry about Vishesha Kriya Padani right now. Just read them, recite them, but don't worry about getting them without seeing. It will take time. And I'm not going to rush you on that. You can take your own time. You write them all on a separate page so that you can refer to them whenever you need them. That is as much as I will ask about the Vishesha Kriya Padani as of now. But the regular Kriya Padani, you have to memorize. Like how you memorized the Rama Shabda, Sita Shabda, Ramaha Ramau Ramaha, Sita Site Sitaha, Vanam Vane Vanani, for Harihi, Harihi Hari Harayaha, Guruhu Guru Guravaha, Pita Pitarau Pitaraha. Like that, how we memorized all the Prathama Vibhakti Rupani for all the Shabdas in all the Lingas. Like that, in the Kriya Padani, this table you have to memorize by next week. Don't worry about the Vishesha Kriya Padani. Just write them all in one place. So when we need them, you can do a quick reference at them. But the regular Kriya Padani, work on it so that you will be able to memorize them, because that is what we'll be using more and more often. Any questions? Okay, so if we don't have any questions, if any one of you can say the Shanti Mantra, we can conclude our session here. Anyone? Rajendran Mahodaya?
आम जी सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः धन्यवादः जी
धन्यवादः महोदय। सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः। आगामी सोमवासरे मेलिष्यामः।
Okay, thank you.
धन्यवादः।
Thank you.